welcome once again to Chinese Pod. My name is Ken. Jenny, would you like to say hello in Shanghainese today, just for the fun of it?
侬好
Nong hao, Shanghainese.
meaning hello.
Hello, yes. Your Shanghainese is excellent. Today, we have a newbie lesson. But we're not talking Shanghainese today. That was just a
No.
brief hello, Nong hao. And we're going to look at a very simple, basic lesson in phone call exchange.
That's right.
So it is a newbie lesson. It's the first in our 4 levels. It is for absolute beginners, essentially. And Jenny.
It's very straightforward. So
It's
why don't
really
we,
straightforward.
Yeah, just listen to the dialogue now.
Okay, phone conversation coming up.
Dialogue first time.
喂，哪位？
请问李先生在吗？
在，稍等。
好的，谢谢你。
Second time.
喂，哪位？
请问李先生在吗？
在，稍等。
好的，谢谢你。
Third time.
喂，哪位？
请问李先生在吗？
在，稍等。
好的，谢谢你。
Okay, now let's translate. You may have guessed. I mean, it's always better if before we give you the translations or the breakdown that you guess what's going on. Now, you just heard a phone call. You could probably guess some of the exchange, but now we'll actually translate for you. So to confirm your hypotheses.
喂，哪位？
Hello, who's calling?
喂，哪位？
Hello, who's calling?
喂，哪位？请问李先生在吗？
Is Mr. Lee there, please?
请问李先生在吗？
Is Mr. Lee there, please?
请问李先生在吗？在，稍等。
Yeah, he's here. Wait a moment.
在，稍等。
Yes, he's here. Just wait a moment.
在，稍等。好的，谢谢你。
Okay, thanks.
好的，谢谢你。
Okay, thank you.
好的，谢谢你。
Well, there you have it. A very typical phone call,
Yes.
phone conversation. Now, you may have guessed. We gave literal translations, not totally specific, but we can do those now. So let's take it from the top again, please, Jenny.
喂，哪位？
Okay, now the first word is...
喂，喂。
Now, the tone on that, please, Jenny, because this can be confusing sometimes.
Second tone.
Second tone.
喂。Even though the dictionary sometimes give fourth tone.
Fourth tone.
喂。
Yeah.
However, that is hardly how people pronounce it.
Okay, so you have kind of rules and then you have usage. You get it in
Yes.
English too. The rules say one thing, but people actually use it in a different way. So, yeah, so it's the second tone. So let's practice it together.
喂，
Way,
喂。
way.
Sounds so inviting, doesn't
It does. It's like, speak to me.
Yes.
Way. So that's it. So practice that at home. Way. In fact, pick up the phone right now and say into it.
喂。
Okay. And you're asking the question, who are you? Now, the person who picks up the phone asks the question. You want to know who your caller is. You say,
哪位？哪位？
great. Now, na is a third tone.
Yes.
And it means
Which one?
which. And way. And this is a fourth tone.
Yes.
Way is it's a different character with a
Yeah.
different meaning than the way.
Way.
And that means a
A
person.
person, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a measure word for people.
It's a measure word, correct?
Wait.
Now, wait, which individual, which person
Yeah.
is this? Now, let's contrast the second tone way with the fourth tone way. Could you do that for us a couple of times, please, Jenny?
Sure. 喂，喂，喂，喂， 喂喂
Okay. 喂.
Quite clear distinction
Yeah,
there.
the fourth tone is always slightly more aggressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, wei. If you want to exaggerate. I find sometimes in the early days with Chinese, it's actually good to exaggerate the tones.
Yeah, you have to
just helps.
overdo things in order to get...
Remember, the fourth tone as in person is wei. And
Wei.
that's the more aggressive way. Okay.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chinese Pod Trivia. Our first question is, how long will it take you to become an intermediate Chinese speaker using the Chinese Pod app? Is it A, the rest of your life? B, you should already be an intermediate speaker? C, 3 months? Or D, Chinese Pod has an app?
You should already be in.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, 3 months. That's right. Head over to ChinesePod.com now to register for your access to over 4,000 lessons. Get the Chinese Pod app now on Google Play or the App Store.
Now, you asked who the caller is, but interestingly, from a cultural perspective here in Chinese, you don't actually have to say who you are. You're much more likely to say something like,
请问李先生在吗？
great. Now, the expression when you're going to ask a question, you say,
请问
now there's an interesting combination of third and fourth tone. Again, 请 as in third tone, meaning
Yeah.
please,
And
and
问
which is fourth
Fourth
tone.
tone.
And literally translated as please ask means I'd like to ask a
Yeah.
question. 请问. And the question is,
李先生在吗？
great. Now, that means Mr. Lee. Let's hear that. Mr. Lee, please.
李先生，李先生
Now, of course, in English we say Mr. Lee, but in Chinese you say the name
Reverse.
first. Yeah, you
Yeah.
say Li Xiansheng, meaning Mr. Lee. Now, 在吗? Tell us about this.
在 is the verb to be.
To be present.
Yes.
In that sense. And ma is a particle
Makes a question.
indicating a question. 在吗 meaning is he there?
Yeah.
Is she there? Well, you can use it in many contexts. 在吗? So let's hear that whole question again. Is Mr. Lee there?
请问李先生在吗？
Great. Now, let's say you were calling, you wanted to speak to me, you want to know, is Ken there? How would you say that?
请问 Ken 在吗？
Or I could say, 请问 Jenny 在吗? Is Jenny there, please?
Exactly.
And the person answering the phone indicates in the affirmative, and that is
在
在. Now, the verb or the question was 在吗? Is that person here? So the answer is using the same verb, and once again, that is
在
great. And then wait a second.
稍等稍等
稍等. Now, first tone and third tone.
Yes.
稍等. 稍等.
Yeah.
I'm just practicing my tones here.
You're just loving it.
Yes.
稍等
稍等. Now, could you tell us about those two words? 稍. Well, how about that?
Yeah, 稍 means a little bit
little
or
bit.
brief.
Okay.
And 等 means to wait
Oh,
for.
great. So wait briefly.
Yeah.
Briefly wait. 稍等. Okay, and that's what you say in the phone.
Yeah.
So he's here. 在 meaning there's the telegraphic nature Chinese again. 在 just one word indicating the verb to be. The equivalent of English would be is he there? You'd say is.
Yes.
You know, how efficient is that?
Yeah.
稍等, please wait a second. And then of course you say
好的，谢谢你。
okay, now 好的 meaning fine, good. 好 meaning literally good. 好的 meaning is just an expression meaning
Same,
fine. Yeah. And 谢谢你, thank you. Now you could just say 谢谢.
谢谢,
That's fine. But you want to add the 你 meaning you. And it means thanks to you. 谢谢你. Oh, okay. Well, that was your first phone call, perhaps, in Chinese.
Yeah.
Hope it was useful. Why don't we listen to that 3 more times?
Dialogue first time.
喂，哪位？
请问李先生在吗？
在，稍等。
好的，谢谢你。
Second time.
喂，哪位？
请问 李先生在吗？
在，稍等。
好的，谢谢你。
Third time.
喂，哪位？
请问李先生在吗？
在，稍等。
好的，谢谢你。
All right, now just briefly a couple of points. Again, you pick up the phone, you say,
喂，喂，
great. Now let's contrast that when you're asking the question, who are you?
哪位？哪位？
Okay. Now, I would emphasize this is really only on the phone or in a very formal context, perhaps. But that's fine. Now, you're going to ask a question. You preface it by saying,
请问，请问，
and when you're asking if someone is present, as in on a phone, you use the verb.
在，在，
Great. Now, wait a second.
稍等，稍等。
And to indicate your agreement, you say,
好的，好的，
okay. Last one is just thanks.
谢谢，谢谢。
Or indeed, 谢谢你. Okay.
Be specific.
Well, hope that was useful. You can go to ChinesePod.com and explore that language in a lot more detail. In the meantime, however, we will be back again tomorrow with another lesson. But it is time, Jenny, for us to say
再见。
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
0386.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0386 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0386.